Today, hundreds of black migrants, many from African countries, showed up at City Hall demanding better treatment.
Hundreds of illegals gathered outside of City Hall today ahead of a New York City Council hearing.
They're here to show you that they belong and that they are here and that they should not be erased.
City Council held a hearing on the experiences of black immigrants to get a closer look at how the city is addressing a variety of issues.
They feel their quest for the American dream involves a disproportionate number of twists and turns.
Black immigrants rally for equity. The gathering of over 1,500 black immigrants from predominantly Guinea in City Hall Park in New York City highlighted the pressing issues of racial inequities within the city's shelter and immigrant support systems. This event coincided with a hearing by the City Council on proposals aimed at addressing these disparities. The decision to convene outside City Hall arose from the realization that only a limited number of individuals would be accommodated for the hearing, leaving many without a voice in the process. Despite the relatively minor nature of the proposals being considered, such as measures to enhance data collection on migrants in city services and the resolution urging the federal government to address immigration application fees, the turnout underscored the urgency of the issues at hand. One of the key concerns raised by City Council members is the need for improved data collection to shed light on disparities faced by black migrants. There is evidence, acknowledged by city officials, suggesting that black migrants are disproportionately turned away from shelters, encounter barriers to accessing services in their native languages, and struggle to find accommodations that accommodate their religious practices. These systemic challenges reflect broader issues of structural racism within the city's social welfare systems. City officials have cited factors such as family composition to justify disparities in shelter access, noting that African migrants are more likely to arrive in the city without children. Consequently, they may be viewed as lower priority for limited shelter space, leading to shorter time limits for their stays and increased risk of homelessness. A recent legal settlement allows the city to evict adult migrants after 30 days in a shelter and 60 days for those under 23, further exacerbating their vulnerability.
Mayor Adams is touting that his 60-day shelter policy has worked for single adult migrants.
Mayor Adams implemented that 60-day limit for migrants with children back in October.
And 60 days for families with children. And that ain't right. That ain't right.
Many migrants currently in those shelters will be given housing for 30 days, then they're on their own.
The consequences of these policies are significant, with many black migrants facing the prospect of sleeping on the streets or in subway cars due to the lack of alternative options. The gathering at City Hall served as a powerful demonstration of solidarity and resilience among black immigrant communities, who are demanding meaningful action to address systemic inequities and ensure that all residents have access to essential services and support. Beyond the immediate policy proposals under consideration, the event underscored the need for broader systemic change to dismantle racial barriers and create a more inclusive and equitable city for all residents. This includes measures to address systemic racism within government institutions, improve access to affordable housing and social services, and promote cultural competency and linguistic diversity in service delivery. The voices of black immigrants must be central to these efforts, as they are among the most impacted by the intersecting systems of racism and xenophobia. Their experiences and perspectives are critical to informing policy solutions that address the root causes of inequity and promote justice and dignity for all residents. Moving forward, it is essential for policymakers to engage directly with affected communities, listen to their concerns, and collaborate on solutions that reflect their needs and aspirations. This requires a commitment to meaningful dialogue, transparency, and accountability in decision-making processes. Insights from NYC City Hall. In a poignant display of advocacy and solidarity, Black immigrants gathered in droves outside New York City Hall, amplifying their voices in a pivotal hearing on Tuesday. Amidst the ornate confines of the hearing room, Council member Alexa Avillas underscored the disproportionate impact of the 30 to 60-day notices on Black immigrants, setting the tone for a day marked by impassioned pleas for justice and equity. With a diverse array of languages reverberating through the chamber, immigrants from Guinea and beyond tuned in to translations in Wolof, Haitian Creole, Arabic, French, Fula, and Bambara. Their presence, swelling to over 1,500 individuals, underscored a collective resolve to confront systemic injustices head-on. Unlike typical rallies that often draw only a handful of activists, this gathering was fueled by grassroots mobilization, facilitated through word of mouth and digital platforms like WhatsApp. For many, it was not merely an act of solidarity, but also an opportunity to access vital information on housing, employment, and legal rights.
Today, hundreds of Black migrants, many from African countries, showed up at City Hall demanding better treatment.
City Council held a hearing on the experiences of Black immigrants to get a closer look at how the city is addressing a variety of issues.
Today, we are having a hearing censoring the experiences of Black immigrants.
Every migrant we spoke with has something in common. They want to work.
Council member Mercedes Narcissus lauded the turnout as a testament to the community's resilience and determination. Yet, amidst the fervor of advocacy, poignant stories of struggle emerged. Ibrahim Abari, a Guinean immigrant, articulated the pressing need for shelter, employment opportunities, and legal recognition, a sentiment echoed by countless others grappling with the harsh realities of displacement and uncertainty. While some immigrant communities benefit from expedited pathways to work permits, others find themselves navigating a labyrinth of bureaucratic hurdles. The recent extension of immigration protections to Venezuelans and Haitians has offered a glimmer of hope, but glaring omissions persist for migrants from countries like Guinea. Against the backdrop of New York City's multicultural tapestry, the challenges facing Muslim immigrants stand out. Despite the city's extensive network of charities, many Muslim immigrants find themselves navigating unfamiliar terrain, grappling with language barriers and cultural disparities. As Mayor Eric Adams aptly noted, the city's commitment to progress must transcend rhetoric, manifesting intangible solutions that address the urgent needs of marginalized communities. While New York City stands at the forefront of immigrant advocacy, there remains much work to be done to ensure that every individual, regardless of background or circumstance, can access the support and resources they need to thrive. Outside the hollowed halls of City Hall, amidst the tranquility of the park, Diogo Diallo's quest for information symbolizes the resilience and resourcefulness of immigrant communities. With a steadfast determination to secure a better future, Diallo's story epitomizes the indomitable spirit that propels immigrants forward, even in the face of daunting challenges. Advocating for equity. In a powerful display of solidarity and determination, hundreds of Black migrants descended upon New York City Hall on Tuesday, demanding better treatment and equitable access to opportunities.
Hundreds of illegals gathered outside of City Hall today ahead of a New York City Council hearing.
We are seeing 2,300 people a week still coming into New York City seeking shelter.
They feel their quest for the American dream involves a disproportionate number of twists and turns.
With placards held high and voices raised in unison, they made their presence known, calling attention to the challenges they face and advocating for meaningful change. At the heart of their plea is a simple yet profound desire: the opportunity to work and secure basic shelter. For these migrants and their advocates, the rally at City Hall represents a pivotal moment, a chance to amplify their voices and push for systemic reforms that address the systemic inequities they confront. As they gathered outside the hallowed halls of City Hall, their message reverberated. They are here, they belong, and they refuse to be erased. Patrice Lawrence, executive director of the UndocuBlack Network, encapsulates their sentiments eloquently, urging policymakers to heed their call and recognize their inherent worth. Inside the city council chambers, emotions ran high as tears were shed for the countless black migrants whose lives have been marred by discrimination and hardship.
They are here to show you that they belong and that they are here and that they should not be erased.
Now, the goal presumably was to better understand how the city is addressing language access barriers.
Black migrants have reported verbal and physical abuse due to the color of their skin.
Many of them speaking French, but what I found is that they were here to plead with the city for more resources.
They are just as deserving as migrants who came before them.
Testimonies painted a stark picture of verbal and physical abuse, highlighting the pervasive racism that permeates their daily experiences. Central to their grievances is the labyrinth immigration system, which often serves as a barrier rather than a pathway to opportunity. Federal laws, riddled with red tape and bureaucratic hurdles, hinder the process of obtaining work permits, leaving many migrants in limbo. However, amidst the calls for compassion and solidarity, dissenting voices emerge. Republican Council member Vicky Palladino's criticism of the relief efforts underscores the polarizing nature of the debate, highlighting the stark divide in perspectives on immigration. Yet, amidst the cacophony of voices, one message rings clear: the need for action, as migrants and advocates alike continue to rally for change. Their collective voice grows louder, propelling the movement for equity and justice forward. In the face of adversity, black migrants stand resolute, united in their quest for a brighter future. Their resilience and determination serve as a testament to the enduring spirit of hope and resilience that defines the immigrant experience. As they continue to fight for their rights and dignity, they remind us all of the power of solidarity and the imperative of standing up for what is just and right. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.